I'm not really interested in boxing, nor do I know much about it. But recently I found a cool webtoon called The Boxer, and it was good. When I first started reading The Boxer, I wasn't really sure with what I was expecting going into this webtoon, but it was completely different from what I had thought it was going to be. You can enjoy The Boxer even if you don't like boxing. Boxing just happens to be the main sport they play. But honestly, sometimes you forget that this is a story about boxing because of its other main themes and storytelling. The Boxer is good. That's why I'm making a video on it. Its storytelling is very well done with how it tackles philosophy and psychological topics and themes, and also has a great story with some amazing hype moments. Sometimes in this story, it feels as if boxing is a subgenre sometimes. Even though the main core plot of the story revolves around boxing, there's quite a bit of flashbacks and backstory to develop some of the side characters. But I'll talk more about that later on in the video. I'm going to start with the basic summary and plot of the story. So the main character of The Boxer is a guy named Yu. Like Y-U. Every time I'll say his name, I'll put a U on the bottom right of the screen or something, so that you don't mistake when I say you as in the main character you, and like you as in like you. So anyways, the story is about boxing. The protagonist, Yu, is considered a boxing prodigy, and he's obviously very good at boxing. Thus the prodigy part. Thing is, Yu is overpowered. He is a god tier boxer and has the ultimate born talent for it. He can basically see any attack in slow motion, allowing him to dodge any attacks as if he were Dio, pausing time. The thing is, he trains a bit, but Yu doesn't have any determination, nor does he even care about boxing. He doesn't have a real reason for boxing. He just does it because he's told that he's good at it, and he doesn't know what else to do. Yu is emotionless. He doesn't feel anything. He doesn't care if he's bullied. He doesn't care if he's being manipulated. He just doesn't feel anything. He's devoid of emotions. However, throughout the story, he does slightly show some hints and glimmers of emotions, but he's still overall mostly emotionless. Yu is the kind of guy who will crush other people's hopes and dreams without batting an eye. Sometimes you just want him to lose. Not because you hate him or anything, but because he's too strong. So strong that it's causing him to become a monster. An unbeatable boxing machine. You want him to become human. You want him to feel emotions, and so you want him to lose. You don't want him to become a monster. Yu is quite literally unbeatable. He is the very definition of overpowered. And combine that with the fact that he feels no emotions will inevitably lead him down the path of becoming a monster. Yu is both the protagonist and the antagonist at the same time. Sometimes you even forget that Yu is the protagonist, because even though the story revolves around Yu, we don't know anything about him until later in the story. And we don't get to see his thoughts or how he thinks, unlike most other normal protagonists in other animes or other series. He doesn't have any of the normal traits of a protagonist. The story itself is aware of that and focuses. And the story itself is aware of that and focuses. The story itself is aware of that and focuses on his, can't fucking pronounce focuses. How the fuck you pronounce focuses? The story itself is aware of that and focuses on his boxing opponents a lot more than it actually focuses on Yu himself. The author will give backstories to the opponents that Yu fights. And that goes along well with what I said earlier, with Yu being the protagonist and the antagonist at the same time. This is a boxing webtoon, so obviously Yu boxes and fights other people. But everyone has their own backstory, and everyone has their own motivations and reason for boxing. And this webtoon goes deeper into the backstories and the emotions of the people that Yu fights instead of actually developing him. The story develops other people that fights Yu, but not him himself. It's hard to describe and explain this without spoiling anything, but basically the story gives backstories to everyone that Yu fights, so we feel sympathetic for them, and we understand why they're so determined to win against Yu, or how they made it thus far. But still, in the end, no amount of hard work, determination, no matter how sad their backstory is, they just cannot beat Yu. Yu is an overpowered and unbeatable boxing monster. This just makes Yu look evil, even though he isn't. But the story portrays Yu as an antagonist, even though Yu is actually the protagonist. And like I said, it's a bit weird to explain, so you're gonna have to read it for yourself. And there's this other character called K, who is Yu's trainer. He is a boxing coach who discovered Yu's talent in boxing and trained Yu to be a boxer. But the thing is, K wants Yu to become a monster. Most mentors in anime and fiction are good people who want to raise the protagonist to become a good person with their wise wisdom. But K is different. He is Yu's mentor in a way where K wants Yu to become emotionless. He is manipulating Yu and molding him into a monster that K wants him to be. And Yu probably knows this, but he doesn't care because he's devoid of emotion, so why should he care? He doesn't feel anything. K is not a good person. He enjoys seeing other people suffer and having their dreams crushed. And a lot of people I've seen hate him, but I personally do not hate him. K has psychological damage. He is a psychopath. Someone who lacks morals or other psychological traits. And this isn't really a spoiler because it's mentioned early on, but he used to be a soldier and he used to fight in wars. He's seen people die in front of him, many people, and he's killed many other people as well. He has been psychologically and mentally damaged from his experience. I obviously don't think he's a good person and he's done many shitty things, but I just can't hate him. But besides the psychology, this story has a lot of philosophical moments as well. Like towards the end of the series, some of the characters start to question the meaning of life and question their existence, which is weird for a webtoon about boxing. Why the hell is a boxing webtoon questioning the meaning of life? Weird, huh? And I'ma be real, I don't enjoy, nor do I like philosophy and stuff. I ignored most of that. But if you do enjoy those deeper stuff, as some people say, then you might enjoy the philosophical parts. But if you don't like philosophy, then they don't go too deep into it, you'll be fine. But back to the stuff I do like, which is the hype moments. The art is good. It's not amazing, but it is good. Good enough for the hype moments to be very hype. Like some of the scenes with Yu is so fucking badass. It's a boxing webtoon with fighting, so obviously you can expect some scenes to be really hype, especially with a monster protagonist like Yu. Overall, The Boxer is a great webtoon that I highly recommend and it's worth reading. I wanted to mention that the ending is a bit iffy, it's kind of weird and I don't really feel satisfied with it, but it's not horrible. Ending's not bad or anything, it's just unique and weird, which sort of fits the vibe of the webtoon, so I can see how it fits, but it's not perfect. I still think the story is very much worth reading, even without a satisfying ending though. And I highly recommend it. And one of my favorite moments in The Boxer is the first time that you see Yu fight. This is around chapter 3 or 5 or anything, so not a major spoiler, but this is when Yu fights his other guy who looks like Bakugo. This knockoff Bakugo guy is built up as a super talented fighter, but Yu absolutely obliterates his fucking ass. This scene is what got me into the webtoon instantly. So yeah, this is The Boxer. I highly recommend you read it if you haven't read it yet. And anyways, that's the end of my review, that's the end of the video. I have nothing more to say, so thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like. Leave a comment as well about your thoughts, what you think of this video. If you have any suggestions or anything, please do leave a comment. And do consider subscribing. I make a bunch of other novel review stuff. And yeah, I also make a bunch of other content. And goodbye. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. leave a comment. This is cringe, but please do leave a like and comment and subscribe. Leave a like and comment. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.